What's good, everybody? It's your boy Uncle Sam's Reject here, and we're back with some more NBA 2K18 LeBron vs. Melo career swap, career sim, however you want to put it. If you guys missed part 1, the link will be down in the description. But just as a review, let's go over the rosters before we get ready for this season. Alright, man, so once again, in case you missed part 1, Melo did start off on the Cavs, but he ended up leaving them after his contract was up. He's here with Gilbert Arenas on the Washington Wizards. They were in the playoffs last year, but they can't seem to get out of the first round. You got Gilbert, Planich, Melo, Yi Jillian, Brian Cook, Danny Granger, Jameer Nelson, Raja Bell, Randy Ford, Jared Jeffries. A lot of good players to help. And LeBron, who's been on the Nuggets his whole entire career, has still yet to make the playoffs, and we're 6 seasons in. You know what I mean? He's got Conley, Ben Gordon himself, Nene, name I can't pronounce, Kyle Lowry, Raymond Felton, Ilyasova, Dragic, veteran Antonio McDyess. So hopefully they can get over the hump this year in the Western Conference, man. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see how the season turns out. Alright, man, so at the end of season number 7, AI walks away with the MVP award, averaging 28, 5, and 6, 3.7 steals a game. That's insane. Rookie of the year is Blake Griffin, averaging 19 and 6. Sixth man of the year, Al Harrington. Defensive player of the year, Tim Duncan. Alright, he averaged 2.4 blocks, but with almost 4 steals a game, I feel like AI should have been defensive player of the year as well. Most improved, Eddie Curry. Coach of the year, Logan Schmidt. Okay, Melo in the Washington Wizards. It looks like they had the best record in the league. All right, man. So first team All-NBA, LeBron is there. Second team All-NBA, no Melo. Melo doesn't make third team. Melo is yet to make an All-NBA team, man. All defensive team, LeBron's not on the first team, and he's not on the second team. All right, man. So final stats, LeBron averages 25, 7.5, 7.2, 1.5 steals a game. Melo over there in Washington with Gilbert Arenas averages 24, almost 6 boards and 4 assists a game. Now, Carmelo Anthony and the Washington Wizards are the 2nd seed in the East, but unfortunately, LeBron, you know what I mean, he still can't win 30 games over here in Denver, man. They finished dead last in the West. I don't know, you know what I mean, when we compare the two careers at the end, yeah, LeBron will have more individual success, but can he really have a better career when he never made the playoffs? I don't know, man. That's up for y'all, so let's see how the playoffs go for Melo. Alright, man, so in the same breath that LeBron can't make the playoffs, ever since leaving Cleveland, Melo can't make it out the first round. He went to the finals with the Cavs and left the following year, and now every year with the Wizards, he has a great record but can't get out the first round. Alright, man, this wasn't even a close series. Melo and company losing 5. Gilbert Arenas was non-existent in this game. Melo had 22. Only averaged 20 in the playoffs, so scoring went down in the playoffs. But over here in the Magic, man, they got a squad. They got Derrick Rose, Jamal Tinsley, T-Mac, a healthy Greg Oden, Darius Miles, Lou Will. Okay, I guess, you know what I mean, I can see, but Melo and them, man, they just underachieving. All right, man, so once again, another playoffs finish with nothing to celebrate for either one of the players. The Lakers win yet another championship here in this series. Kobe is the MVP, averaging 29.5, 5 boards, 8 assists, almost 4 steals a game. Alright, man, so here we are gearing up for next season. LeBron's situation hasn't changed that much. They added a few pieces. They added Tyreke Evans, Roy Hibbert. There's some new faces. But things are tough out there in the West for Bron, man. I really think he should leave. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Looks like he's staying loyal. And over here in Washington, they improve, you know what I mean, somewhat. They got some better players. Brian Cook moves to the bench. They get a better center. And Robert Archibald, except for that, the start 5 stays the same. So let's see if I just want these dudes to get out the first round. I feel like they're talented enough, but they underachieve every year in the playoffs. All right, man, so AI wins back-to-back MVPs. John Wall comes in and wins Rookie of the Year. 6th man, Steve Nash. Defensive Player of the Year, Tim Duncan. Josh Boone wins Most Improved. Man, I forgot all about Josh Boone. Coach of the Year, Andrew Mason with the Thunder. All defensive first team, neither one of our players. Second team, there's LeBron. Third team, no Melo in sight. I don't think he's ever going to make one. All defensive first team, nobody, and nobody again. All right, man, so the Wizards are in the playoffs as the 6th seed. No surprise there in the East. But I'm proud to announce that finally, in year number 8, LeBron has made the playoffs, man. He comes in as a 6th seed, 44 wins. That's huge for them. All right, man, so in LeBron's first winning season, he averages 23, 7 boards, 6 assists. Melo, his scoring went up a lot, 27.5, almost 5 boards and 4 assists. They picked up Rasheed Wallace during the year, so that's huge for them. All right, man. So finally, let's see how these playoffs go for both players. All right, man. So I couldn't jump in on LeBron's first playoff series. Unfortunately, man, they was trying to force it to a game 7. They end up losing by 12. LeBron puts up 23, 7, and 3. Dragic had 25. Conley and Fry and Lowry all three chipped in. But unfortunately, they just couldn't get it done. They're still young as far as playoff experience. All right, man, so here we are in Game 7, and Melo is finally going to be able to get the Washington Wizards out of the first round, up 6 with 8 seconds left. That's going to be the ball game. All right, man, so in the series clinching game, Melo has 38 and 2, 11 for 19 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Gilbert Arenas chipped in with 15, 6, and 8. Jameer Nelson and Rasheed Wallace both were in double figures as well. All right, man, so Melo's heading back to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in years as he wins the series here in 6 games against his former squad, man. All right, man, so in another series clinching game, Melo puts up 36, 5, and 4, 3 for 9 for 3, 11 for 21 from the field. Gilbert Arenas with a double-double, 21 and 10. Planish with 11. Mike Miller with 10. Okay. All right, man, so I'm proud to say finally Melo and the Wizards not only get out of the first round, but they're heading to the NBA Finals, up 7 with under 30 seconds left here. Zach Randolph misses that shot. This game's over. Let's go ahead and look at the stats. All right, man, so in the series clincher game, Gilbert steps up, has 24 of his own along with Melo's 24. Mike Miller, Jameer Nelson, and Rasheed Wallace all have double figures. They really came to play, man, so we're heading to the finals. Let's see who our opponent is. All right, man, so the starting squad is pretty good. They're basically still the Seattle Supersonics. They still got an old 35-year-old Ray Allen, who's a 95 overall, young prime Dwight Howard, Jason Terry, Lampy, Troy Hudson, Nevsky, Alfred Aminu, Chase Budinger, Keith Van Horn, excuse me. I think Melo and Gilbert have the better squad, man. So let's see if Melo can come out on top. All right, man. So in Melo's second career finals, he doesn't get swept this time, but he does lose in blowout fashion in Game 7. I really thought this was the year that Melo and the Wizards went and got the job done, but let's take a look at the stats, man. All right, man, so Melo did his thing in this Game 7. He put up 30, you know what I mean? Gilbert Arenas only 15, Mike Miller, Randy Foye 13, 11, and everybody after that only had single digits. And 3 people who played didn't score at all. Rasheed Wallace had 0 points in 33 minutes. That's crazy. Oh, man, at least they got over that hump and got there, but now Melo has to win because he's not getting, you know what I mean, individual accolades compared to what LeBron's doing. But if LeBron keeps making the playoffs every year and Melo doesn't win finals, I think LeBron might edge him out. All right, man, finals MVP is Dwight Howard. He averaged 22 and 8, shot 57% from the field. Here we are in yet another offseason with not much to celebrate. We're going to go ahead and go to player progression because at this point, Melo and LeBron are getting kind of old, and I want to see if they regress at all. All right, man, so Melo actually goes up a point to complete his cycle and completely become a 99 at 27 years old. LeBron is still at a 98, also 27. It's not like it's that big of a difference between 1 point. So they're 99 and 98 overall, respectively. All right, man, here we are getting ready for yet another season. This is LeBron squad. Conley made it up to an 87. Tariq Evans is at 83, but he's at 82 because he's angry about something right now, maybe starting to help him out. LeBron 98, Nene 87. Hasheem Thabeet emerged as a starter. Dragic, Fry, Ilyasova, and Corey Brewer lead people off the bench. Eric Bledsoe, he's angry as well. Hopefully he'll get some burn. I don't know. I don't control this. This is all based on how the computer sets up their rotations. And over here in Washington, Gilbert Arenas still. Mike Miller is the starter now. Melo, Rasheed Wallace. Andre Bloch emerges as a starter. Planish is now coming off the bench with Jameer Nelson, Nazir Muhammad, Devin George, Rodney White, Tony Kukoc, Troy Murphy, and Quincy Pondexter. All right, man, so at the end of another season, Kobe wins another MVP, averaging 35 and 7, 2.1 steals a game. Ricky Rubio wins Rookie of the Year. Al Jefferson, 6th man. Tim Duncan, another Defensive Player of the Year. J.J. Hickson wins Most Improved. Andrew Mason with the Thunder wins Coach of the Year once again. LeBron makes All-NBA First Team again. No Melo and no Melo. Melo doesn't make any of these individual teams, and LeBron doesn't make the defensive teams as well. All right, man, so Melo and the Wizards, they did have the number one seed locked up pretty much all year, but they went on a losing streak towards the end of the season. And LeBron, for back-to-back seasons, makes the playoffs as a 7th seed. You know, under 500, but he's here. He's in the dance. LeBron's final season stats, almost 23 points a game, 7 boards, 7.5 assists, 1.4 steals. Melo averaging 24.2, 5 boards, and almost 4 assists. All right, man, so here's Melo trying to force a Game 7 in Chicago. Wizards have the ball, you know what I mean, 44 seconds left. They do find Melo top of the key. He lets it go, and bang! Big shot from Melo. All right, man, so the Bulls don't call a timeout. They got Chauncey Billups bringing up the court. See, they're working around, see what they want to do. They got a dude steal. He must be a creative player or somebody. Jermaine O'Neal going down low. Andre Bloch forces a jump ball. All right, man, so it looks like the Wizards are pretty much going to pull this thing out in overtime. All right, man, the winner-go-home game, Melo has 21, 7, and 5, 9 for 17 from the field, 50% from 3. Gilbert and Jameer Nelson had 15 and 18. All right, man, Melo was up 3 at home, 41 seconds left in both games. Both teams had on red last game, and now both teams have on white this game. Still gets at the top of the key. Let's see what the Bulls want to do. They look like they're trying to go a little pick and roll. Gilbert Arenas gets around it. Still gets the open midi. It rims out. Andre Bloch with the board. All right, man, so if Washington scores here, they can ice this game. And Melo's not even in the game. I hope he fouled out, and that's the reason why he's not in the game. They get the ball to Sheed at the top of the key. All right, Jameer Nelson working it around. Little pick and roll action. Jameer pulls up. He thought about pulling up the midi. But She Wallace gets Jermaine O'Neal in the air, but he gets him to miss the shot. The Bulls are opting not to call a timeout, playing straight through it. Still driving. He finds Wally Szczerbiak wide open in the corner. Bang from the elbow. Oh, man. All right, man. 3.9 seconds left. Still no sign of Melo. Let's see who Washington ends up giving the rock to. They got Mike Miller top of the key. He thought about shooting 3 pump fakes. They give it to Gilbert. He finally lets one go. And we're going to overtime. All right, man. Here we are. 37 seconds left in OT. The Wizards are up 1. I did check. Melo was actually fouled out. That's why he wasn't in the game down the stretch. So let's work and see what's going to happen here. Gilbert with the 3 at the top. That's off. They don't get the boards, but the Bulls center Breeze actually drops the rebound. That is too clutch. No more shot clock. Excuse me. Couldn't get the words out. So now they have to foul. Let's see which shooter they go to. If they go to Mike Miller or Gilbert. Get it in, Devin George. Ooh, Bloch with a risky pass. Gilbert's finally going to put the game out. All right, man, so can Washington actually come up with a stop here? Remember down the stretch in the fourth quarter, they were up 3. You know what I mean? They couldn't close the game out. That's why we're here in OT. They go to Danilo Gallinari at the top of the key. Little pick and roll. Get through that, Devin George. He gets the midi wide open. Bang. Oh, he doesn't get to go. Bloch on the boards. Gilbert Arenas almost loses the ball. They get it back. And now they're going to go to the free throw line. If he hits at least one of these, that's going to be the ball game. But I'm pretty sure he's going to hit both. Oh, no, they ended up giving the foul to Bloch, not Gilbert. And he misses the first one. Okay. Come on, Bloch, baby. You better than that, kid. We need these. And he misses both. Wow. All right, man. So let's see what the Wizards end up doing. Andre Bloch is not clutch at all. Will they go to a second overtime? Gallinari was open. They get still at the top of the key. They go hit it back to their center Breeze, and he gets it to go. Another big 3 from the Bulls with just seconds left on the clock. That was a nice little play. That was a nice trail play. Nobody thought about the inbounder, man. Once he got it in, nobody checked him. They do find Gilbert. Let's see if he works his way to the basket. Puts a couple moves on. And he doesn't even get a shot off. How horrible is that? All right, man. So the Wizards and Gilbert Arenas finally run away with it here in the second overtime. 131-120 with 15 seconds left. That's going to be the ball game. All right, man. So like I said earlier, Melo fouled out. He had 19 when he did. But here in the last, you know what I mean, in the crunch time minutes in the 2 overtimes, Gilbert ended the game with 35 points, 13 assists. Mike Miller had 24. Rasheed had 17. Bloch had 11 and 10. All right, man, so LeBron is going to lose for the second straight year in the first round, this time in 7 games, to the New Orleans Pelicans. Look at them turning the ball over. It just doesn't look like LeBron's team is quite ready yet, but he's consistently getting to the playoffs 2 straight years now, so that's a good sign. Final game stats, Conley and LeBron led the way with 22 points, Dragic with 10. That's the only 3 in double figures. Everybody else couldn't really get it together. All right, man, here we are in Game 6 against the Raptors. Melo and the Wizards are tied up with 28 seconds left. Raptors rock. Let's see what they want to do. Chris Bosh working on Rasheed Wallace. He throws up the midi. Doesn't get it to go. Gilbert Arenas with the board. Wizards call a timeout. All right, so here we are in crunch time again, and Melo fouls out again. So it's up to Gilbert Arenas, you know what I mean, to see what he can do for the last shot. See if he could carry the squad again. Melo need to stop fouling people. All right, man, so 10 seconds left here. When is Gilbert going to start attacking? All right, they got Mike Miller working off of the screen. He doesn't go to him. 5 seconds left. They finally find Sheed at the top.